last night I was about to go to bed, laying in bed, and my parents were just like howling upstairs. Like I thought they might have been doing some crazy stuff.
Oh my lord.
And then all of a sudden there was a lot of stomping around, and then I went upstairs, and Dad's like, yeah, Mom just threw up on the bed because she coughed too hard.
How does that even happen?
I was like, my mom is so dramatic. I just know it was unnecessary. Like, she's not sick or anything. She, like, coughed and threw up.
I don't even know how that happens. Like, was it a real throw up or just like a little spit
I don't know.
up?
I didn't go up there. I was halfway up the stairs. My dad was so mad because they were about to go to bed. It was like 11:30 at night, and they had to change all the sheets and stuff. He's carrying the sheets down. He's like, your mom threw up on the bed because she was coughing. And I was like, okay.
And who doesn't, like, notice they're throwing up and, like, not do it in the bed? Like,
that's what I mean. Like, she's like 50-some years old, and she just threw up on the bed like a little kid.
welcome to Stupid Time with Cassidy. Nick already knows the story, so this
Not
was just
really.
for the viewer. Yesterday I vacuumed my toe.
Okay. Cassidy told me this. That's all she told me yesterday. And I have so many questions. And she was...
Like,
I wish she wasn't letting me ask questions because she was saving it for today.
I literally vacuumed my toe.
I don't understand. Like, the vacuum is out in front of you and your toes are behind the vacuum. Like, I would understand if you vacuum someone else's toe because you were, like, jamming the thing around. How do you vacuum your own toe? Like, were you vacuuming towards you? I don't understand.
You know, I was vacuuming our back door, which has just, like, a little carpet on the ground. It has two, actually. So I went over the two carpets, like, where they overlap. And the one carpet got sucked into the vacuum. I didn't want to turn the vacuum off and, like, get down. So I was just like, I'll just kick the carpet down with my foot. But I overestimated my force, and I kicked into the vacuum.
So you kicked the vacuum. You didn't vacuum your vacuum.
And then it went in the vacuum, and now part of my toenail is ripped off.
Do you think it was from the vacuum, though, or was from you kicking the plastic on the vacuum?
But I went in the vacuum. Like the vacuum part
you got
where
sucked
it, like,
off by a vacuum.
where it, like, zooms. That's where my toe went. Like, it was really badly.
And what did you think kicking was going to do? It's in there. You got to pull, not...
Well, you just, like, kick it down. It's not suction that. My vacuum is not that good. You just, like, I don't know, like, you just kick it and you go, zoom, and it's good. I'm surprised this hasn't happened sooner.
I don't understand. Where you just turn it off. You literally click the button off. There's no pressure, so the carpet falls out, and you turn it back on.
That's too smart.
Like, on, off, boom, out.
That's too smart.
Like, there's no way there needed any type of kicking. They should make better wireless vacuums. Cordless. Wireless? Bluetooth them to me. Because if the battery pack vacuums never have enough suction because there's not enough power, and the ones that you plug in, it's like this big fucking thing dragging around, and the cord's never long enough, and then it's...
But, like, why don't you just buy a vacuum with a longer cord if your cord is not long enough?
I didn't know you could. I thought it was just one size cord comes all. I didn't know cords were...
You're literally an electrician. What do you mean you don't
Well,
know?
I
that
know
cords
that,
go
but I don't
longer or
make...
shorter?
I don't make vacuums.
No,
like, they
but-
probably go, all right, this is another vacuum today. Here's 100
No, there's
feet
some
of cord.
with, like, really short cords. But, like, our cord goes, like, into our vacuum.
Ours does too.
And it's, like, really long.
It's like, not magnetic, but it's like
Yeah.
elastic.
Yeah. And you,
But-
like, hit the button and it goes... That's my favorite part.
I
just
just
want a
keep
vacuum
pulling-
so I can hit the button.
No, that thing's like a snake when it comes back in. And then that hard...
No, you have to go on the other side of the vacuum and you just put your foot on the thing.
Oh, I do. But then that hard part, like the plug-in part, is coming in so hot. And it's like...
I know, I can't...
And it smacks you in the ankle. And you're bleeding after.
I know I can't judge you because I vacuumed my toe when I'm judging you.
No, because when you have maximum distance out on the vacuum...
Well,
like-
you just do, like, just
No.
be smart about it. You don't
hold,
go...
You hold
Oh,
it
you
in.
don't hold it the entire
You
time.
hold it the whole time, and that thing's
You
coming out
zoom a little bit.
100 miles an hour, and that end plastic piece whips
That
around and
sounds-
smacks you in the face.
That sounds like a you problem.
No, that's efficiency. You ever get
Or
hit
not,
in the ankle?
because you're getting hurt.
You ever get hit in the ankle by a scooter?
And then you have to go to the fucking emergency room because you got hurt, and now you spend 7 hours of your day there.
No, I'm not going to the emergency room because a piece of plastic hit me in the ankle.
Never know. You never know.
It's
I'm
almost...
not throwing up because I coughed.
Well, neither am I. My mom is so extra. She literally...
Okay.
Kim literally... Oh, she angers me sometimes.
That's
She's
not what
just-
that sounded like that was going
No, okay.
to.
That's my mother, Cassidy.
Yeah, that's why I was like, Mig. You remember? I can't even tell this one. This one's embarrassing. That last one is just funny. This
I don't know. Vacuuming your toe is pretty bad.
one's funny.
I don't think
It's so funny. Everyone else in the street, like anyone who's in my Patreon probably already knows it. So they're probably just laughing right now. Do you remember I texted you the other day that there was a cat outside?
Yeah. It was a statue.
Okay. So there was the little black cat.
No. Uh-huh.
That's a cat. And you know, for people who weren't here, I texted Nick and I was like, there's a little black kitten outside, probably like 6-7 months old. It's like not kitten. And it was like -1. So it was like cold outside, but not cold enough that it was going to die. But we were like, okay. We went inside and we could still hear it. And we were like, let's put like some food outside and a blanket like in our shed or something so that like it can have a place to go. It didn't feel like it was a feral cat. Like it let me get pretty close to it. It wasn't like scared of me in the way like a feral cat is. It just like didn't know me. So I was pretty sure it was a cat that belonged to someone. It just got out overnight. And so we go outside and we can't find it. And then we see like little footprints under our like back deck, which is like pretty big. And I look under it and I'm like, oh, Mom, the orange cat is here. That's like normally outside. I wonder if they like all got outside together. And my mom and me are like, okay. And I'm like watching this orange cat under there. And I'm like, okay, I don't see the black cat. I just see this orange cat. And I was like, we'll just put the food under there. They're probably good if there's like multiple of them. So go inside. And then the next morning I wake up and I'm like, Mom, did you check on our cats? She's like, no. And so I go outside to check on them. And I look, the food is not in. And I'm like, And then I look and I'm like, Mom, the cat's still here. And then I re-look. I get like a little closer. Get a second flashlight. And I'm like, I fed a soccer ball.
What the fuck?
There's a soccer ball under the deck.
Cassidy, what the... How do you mistake that as a cat?
Okay, to be fair, it's really dark.
And you thought this was the orange cat or the black cat?
The orange one, which it was like dirty soccer ball. Like, it's not white, but like it's still a soccer ball. I cried. I was laughing so hard telling my parents. The thing is, at nighttime, you just like flashed the like flashlight just well enough that it like glared off the thing that felt like eyes.
No.
But it's 100% a soccer ball, and I don't know how that happened.
No.
I just really wanted there to be a cat under there, and I'm crying.
No.
That's why one Phasmophobia stream, I was walking around with a soccer ball, and everyone was like, Cassidy, are you gonna go feed it?
Bro.
I told you!
How do you...
I don't know.
How far away from it was you?
It was like...
That was not English.
Like, back of the deck, like, by the wall. And I was just, like, underneath it. Like, not, like I was just peeking under.
Like, you didn't realize that it wasn't moving?
Well, I thought its eyes were following me. The orange cat lets me get so close to it. That's what I'm trying to say. The, like, glare of my light would have the eyes going, like, this way or this way. But
also, why is there a soccer ball in your house? No one in your house plays
under the thing.
There's no soccer balls.
When we were kids, we played with soccer balls.
Yeah, but
you think we've ever cleaned that thing
actually,
out?
I don't believe that you ever played soccer in your life.
I didn't say we played soccer. I said we played with soccer balls. Those are two different things.
I forgive you.
Two different things. You forgive me for feeding a cat?
Can't believe I just kissed your hand on the camera. That was
on camera.
Ew, that was weird.
Don't let him lie. He can't believe you did it in general, not even just on camera.
Yes.
Someone said to me, they're like, be the person that feeds
what happened
the soccer
to the black
ball.
cat?
I don't know. It was gone. We
don't
didn't
care.
Find it.
Soccer ball's more important.
Well, it was someone's cat. It probably just went inside. What am I supposed to do? Go search my neighborhood for a black cat?
Then you have a new cat.
No, it was someone's cat. Don't touch my mic stand.
I will literally stick the mic inside of your butt.
No, you won't.
You sound like you... What?
Never mind. My sister watches this.
How the hell do you...
I don't know. I have no excuses. Like, truly, Mel tried to excuse me. She's like, I can see it. Like, and I was like, no, it's a white soccer ball. Like, it was a little dirty. It was a white soccer ball. There's no excuses here.
I don't. Ralph looks like a zombie.
Oh my lord, a zombie.
My cat had to go to surgery because he got infected, and they knocked him out and squeezed juice out of his head because it was so puffy. And he's got this tube in his head, and he's got stitches, and he looks like a zombie.
The tube in his head is really freaky looking.
And
Poor
I just
cat.
thought, if we're talking about cats, I know it's probably.
No, I get it. I got the.
It looks so nasty and it smells so bad, Cassidy. Okay, he was laying. I can't remember.
I can't imagine.
He was laying on my chest. He came to see me in the morning, and so the tube is in his head, so that it can keep like draining the fluid out of the swollen part. And he's laying on my head, and he shook his head like an animal, and the juice just splattered.
I don't know why you call it juice.
What else is it?
Pus?
Pus juice.
I don't call it
pus.
juice.
Liquid, blood, fluid.
Pus.
Grimy.
Look,
nasty.
all those words that aren't juice.
They all make the juice.
Ugh.
It's like orange juice. There's pulp, water, and juice.
I don't
Makes
like
the juice.
I don't like that word for it.
And he shook his head, and the juice went all
Stop
across
saying that.
my
I don't
face,
like it.
and it was just, and he was laying on me, and I couldn't move, and I was just sitting there. I was just like stunned, like I was paralyzed because there was juice on my face, and I couldn't move because the cat was on me. He was disgusting.
It is really gross, but at least he's doing okay.
He's doing better, but he's a demon with the cone. He literally, like, it was like he was in prison and he was banging his head on the wall. Like, he was literally found a wall and was just banging
He's trying
the
to get it
cone
off
on the wall like
Cats are
he was in
smart.
a jail cell. Like, he was.
They're so smart. They're trying to, like, that's the only way they know how to get it off. They're like, this thing's on me.
Such a savage.
He's like, take it off. I wouldn't like it either. Imagine you just woke up and there was a cone on your head and you don't know why it got there and you couldn't take it off. I would also be trying to fucking knock my head on a
Some
wall to
people
get
pay
it
for
off.
that.
But they know it's coming.
They know.
I hate it here sometimes.
I don't really have. I do. Have you ever wanted to serenade somebody? This is a total 180, but
Are you telling me that you always think about serenading me?
no. I actually different version of serenation.
What?
Have you ever been serenaded? You have actually, Cassidy.
Yeah, I have had a song written about me.
I forgot about that, and that had nothing to do with this. As a child, I always thought that it would be.
Nick's childhood dreams.
I always thought to hit on a girl or like to get a girl, it'd be super. I don't even know what I thought, but I thought like sending songs that were like about something to them. Like it was about like I would send you a song about asking you out. The song would be about asking a girl, and I would like send that to you. And then if it was like I was mad at you, I would send a song of like that was like a song about being mad at someone, and you would have to listen to the lyrics to know what I'm feeling.
It's like I can't communicate, so
crying.
here's a song.
It's so cringy, essentially.
I don't think it's cringy because
No,
you still can't communicate, so please
Okay.
send me songs.
I'd send you. She's a maniac. A maniac.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I don't know. I thought about that the other day. Have you ever went?
I mean, like, I feel
That was
when
like-
you're younger, like more sending music. It's like
Elementary
mixtapes
time.
and stuff were like a
And
thing.
I wanted to do that to a woman so bad. Send them
A
song.
woman. I want to do
Send-
that to a woman. Why you don't
That
say
sound-
that ever? Why
that
do you say
sounded
that?
really weird, to be honest. But I always wanted to send a song of like, and like I thought it was the most like mysterious thing.
You
like,
can make me a
send-
mixtape any day.
No, not a mixtape. It's just like out of the blue. I send you a song like.
I mean, you kind of do, but
Um,
normally it's just for me to listen to because you like the song.
Yeah, no, it's nothing to do with the liking the song. It's all about the lyrics, and you'd have to like decipher what I mean.
Might be easier. I'm actually okay with that. Please start doing it.
I thought you were gonna make me feel much more embarrassed. I feel embarrassed still about that. I don't know.
I
It
just
feels
told you that I
cringy.
fed a cat. I don't fed a soccer ball. I
It
don't think
feels
that
so cringy.
I don't know. I don't think I can get worse than what
You
I
ever-
just told you.
You ever read through your like Facebook messages or texts from like when you first got a phone?
I have like Facebook posts that are like
Oh, it's
I
so
was, like,
bad.
one of those people updating people constantly on my Facebook about like
It's
what I was doing.
so
like
bad.
I just had craft dinner for lunch. Hee 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 hee.
Oh, I would
now
always-
I'm gonna go to the park and play with
Oh, yeah.
K-Dog.
And I would always, you know how it says your name? So I'd always go, Nick
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
hungry.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, this is so...
Yup. Yeah.
I look back at those. Oh, and like when I was trying to text a friend or like half my things, it's like, hey, sup?
That's literally you
Sup?
now. I don't know what you're saying.
What are you doing? NM, not much.
That's literally the
It's
same
like-
thing as texting you now.
So, oh, and even when you're
Jesse
like,
Lennon will
No.
corroborate my story.
I just need, give me something useful to talk about.
No, but then I literally ask you questions. We went to an escape room yesterday
Oh my gosh, I'd literally fist myself.
with Jesse Lennon. And I'm sitting there trying to plan this escape room.
Oh my-
And no one is texting me back. Jesse Lennon at least are busy.
I was busy. You can't tell me I was editing. I was dealing
Yeah,
with my cat. He had a fucking tube hanging out of his skull, leaking pus on me.
Yeah, but then you just like they told me they were busy. You just never reply in group chat.
Well, assume.
You were texting me back personally.
No.
Yes, you were.
Nope.
And I had to call you eventually.
Didn't answer.
And I asked you, did you read the group chat? And you just said, no.
I get
I'm literally
overwhelmed with group
asking
chats.
questions in the group chat to make plans for what escape room we're going to, what time everyone can do, and he just doesn't read it.
Okay, a lot of layers to this. A lot of layers, like an onion. Call me Shrek.
And it happens all the time.
A,
Jesse Lennon will say he never talks in the group chat. He never does, and we're planning shit in there.
okay. Which layer would you like first? The inside or the outside of the onion?
Whatever suits you.
Okay, let's break this down. I hate group chats. Despise them. Group chats.
You've literally told me before, the reason you hate group chats is because people don't use them for the right reason. And if we're making plans, that's
Layer
fine. No one was talking other than making our
Layer
group chat plans.
A. Presented.
Nobody talked outside of our plans.
Layer B. When there's too many messages, I don't want to go back and read them all. If there's like 30 messages,
There wasn't.
there absolutely was.
7 of them were from
Same
me
with
asking
Discord.
people to reply to my
There's, like,
message.
If I get a notification that's like 45 like someone tagged me in something 45 messages up on Discord, I'm not going to look for
Which,
it.
like, also me too, but not when it comes to making plans.
Bro, this is what I mean. Send one text. We're going to place A at time. Done. That's it. It's all that needs to be done. I don't need 45 messages and then landing in there telling me I smell like beef stroganoff and like...
Have you met me and how I text? And you reply to me normally. I literally text one question and then the next question and then the next question because I thought of them at separate times. But literally no one replied to me, and so I just said, is anyone going to reply to me? Because I'm sitting there watching times get booked up.
Yeah, but I was busy.
Why
Also,
did you reply to my other
No,
text
I didn't.
then?
No. Also, now how many layers are we at? Layer C. This group chat is usually pretty good. Ours.
Yes.
But then people just start sending memes and talking about
But also,
unimportant things, which A, adds to part layer B, where I don't want to scroll up because 90% of it is memes. So I'm like, I'm not going to scroll through
But also, Nicholas,
98 memes till I
how
find the
else do you
one
become
piece of
friends
information.
with people besides have
Oh, I
jokes
think
and
people,
talk.
No, listen to me. You want to hear another hot take? I think people should have a limit on their phone of how many minutes of videos you can send somebody.
I mean, I
Like,
agree.
A, you get like 4 minutes of video a day to send me. I don't care if it's one long form video or a whole bunch of short ones. That's all you get. Don't send me any more. I don't have more than 4 minutes of my life to watch that many videos.
Me and Amber just talk all day through videos.
Oh, that would drive me nuts. I'm not sitting there and listening to you send me a Snapchat about how you went and got a coffee from Tim Hortons.
But it's
Just
like
tell me you got a coffee. I can read that in 4 seconds and you going,
That's never
well,
what we're
I was
doing.
driving down the road. This is you. You're like, Snapchat. Well, today, shake my Starbucks around.
Yeah, we're just
I
having a
was walking
conversation.
and then, and we saw this dog and it got hit by a bus.
How is
And
that
it's like-
worse than you FaceTiming me for me to look at my nose and you literally say nothing because you're just sitting there working, and then I'm just sitting here like I can't do anything because I fucking have to read my book, and then I need my phone for this, and I'm just literally zoomed in on your nose, and I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna leave if you don't want to talk, and you're like, I did want to talk, and then
Well,
you haven't said anything for the last 30 minutes. I've just been staring at your phone, and then I'll be like, okay, and you still don't say anything.
Well, hang out with me. We hang out for 1 hour a week, every week.
But that
So
is
just-
what me and Amber are doing, Snapchatting each other, our conversations all day.
Mm.
It's like we spent the day together.
Yeah, but some people do it to like communicate information, and that I don't agree with. Like, I was thinking
The
that
parameters
maybe you
changed.
could go pick up this package for me, and then, like, we could maybe go get Starbucks, and then, oh, hold on, my dog is walking around, give me a second, and it's, like, the 2 minutes of, like, silence, and then, and what do you think about 6 p.m. Going for coffee? And it's like, you could have just said you want to go for coffee at 6 p.m., read that in 30 seconds, instead of listening, you walk your dog.
But you also just got, like, personality and, like...
Don't care.
That's because you don't have friends. That's how you make friendships, like hanging out with people, learning things about them.
Cassidy, I've been alone my entire life. What makes me think I need it now?
You telling me that you do.
Yeah, but I've given up.
No, you haven't. That's why I'm going on a trip soon.
I go on cycles. 1 minute, I need to be alone. And 1 minute, I feel like I need friends. Then I think about it, and it's
you want friends, but you don't want to do any of the things you don't want to do for friends.
No.
We're having therapy right now because that's what happens. You want friends, but you don't want to have to talk to them constantly.
No,
you want to only hang out with them and do the things you want to do with them. The times you want to do it.
I want friends that enjoy the things that I like to do. That's how you make friends, because you have things in common.
Yeah, but like also you go for food, you go for drinks.
Or I find friends that also don't like going for food. Well, okay, that's not true.
I literally go for food and drinks. What are you saying? You don't like me?
No, but I want people to have the same like some of the same hobbies and stuff as me, and it's easier to talk to people like that because they have the same like. Are we still recording? We're recording. They have the same hobbies as me, and then
but
like
you want them to be exactly the same as you.
No.
Yes, you do.
No.
You want them to like this, and this, so that you can talk about all those things instead of the things they sometimes want to talk about.
Which is fine, but I feel like most of my friends don't even have one thing in common with me. Name one.
Name a friend.
Pick a friend. I don't have many.
That's why I asked you to name a friend.
There's only like one.
Landon likes social media.
No. Yes, Landon probably has the most in common.
Sorry, because Landon listens to this, so hot dog Landon's about to be... Landon told me yesterday you're about to be his best man!
Where was I when that happened?
Not about to be.
Landon definitely has the most out of common.
Oh, sorry.
She just kicked me in the ankle like she was the end of a vacuum cord.
It was with that toe, too. It kind of hurt.
Bro, if I would have touched that toe, you'd be like, oh my god!
I didn't mean to kick you. It was an accident. I said sorry. You just talked over me.
Landon definitely has the most out of common, and that's why I talk to Landon the most. What? Am I wrong? No one else really gives a shit about music. No one else really gives a shit about YouTube. No one really gives a shit about... I mean, I have very unique, I feel like, hobbies and
I think Eric likes
goals.
music quite a bit.
Yes.
Eric likes clothing, which I think you are into. You just don't buy anything
I'm
ever.
just stingy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, I just...
Therapy session with Nick and Cassidy.
I forget what we were talking about even.
Your hobbies and friends. And your lack of wanting friends, but also really wanting friends. But not wanting to do the societal norms to get a friend. Like, sometimes I don't want to talk to someone about their freaking 9-to-5 job, but I do it because it was part of their day, and I want to hear about their days and their experiences.
Well, it depends. If it's something cool that happened, like I got in a fight with my boss, that's cool. But I don't care how you moved a piece of pipe from here to there. Don't care. It's small talk that no one cares about.
I care. Like, I care about what happened in my friends' days.
That's the thing that drives me crazy. Like, going to family things, or even friends that they're giving you that, like, fake, like, oh, how was your... And they don't care. You could tell they don't care. Some people care. Some people you can tell. But I don't ask people about that stuff because I know I don't care.
But, like...
Just be genuine with me.
It just feels... I don't think we're talking about the same thing. Also, like, I'm not saying just, like, a random, like, oh, how's your day? It was good. I guess I did this. But, like, when someone comes and talks about their day, it doesn't have to be fun and exciting. But if they talked about something they experienced that day, I'm a friend. And I might not want to actually hear it. But, like, I'm here to listen to it.
And engage in a conversation. My day was exciting, I just don't tell people.
I know. And then sometimes I feel like you don't tell me anything because you don't feel like
But also,
share.
Nothing happened in my life. I sat at a computer and typed buttons all day. It was so exhilarating. You want to hear that?
I'm not saying you have to talk... You're not.
What?
I'm not saying, like, every little thing, but if you had an experience at work, which you do call me to tell me sometimes about something happening at work.
Yeah, if there's drama, that's fun.
It's not always drama. Sometimes it's just, like, Curtis called you and you had a good talk with Curtis.
Yeah, but there's like lore behind that.
And sometimes I'm like, I don't fucking care. Like, why do I care that Curtis called you if you think about it? But I care because
it involves my career.
Yes, this is what I was saying.
Okay, well, it involves where I work in the next.
Yes.
High five.
Was my point just proven? Or what? Am I crazy? Please someone tell me I'm not crazy.
Cassidy's a maniac. I'm going to send you that song.
Please.
Or I'll send you Crazy Frog. And
I'll send you
decipher
something
that
not
one.
listening to me.
No, I always listen.
Oh, God. What is the stupidest thing you think you've done? Mine might be feeding the soccer ball. Like, something, like, unhinged and, like, embarrassing stupid, but not, like, stupid, you know? Like vacuuming my toe and feeding a soccer ball. They're not, like, me being dumb. It's just dumb.
But I just can't think of any of it.
Can chat, commenters, watchers, let us know your
sucked on
stupidest
my toe
thing.
once.
That was kind of unhinged. I don't know why we
That
did
was just unhinged. That wasn't, like, a duh moment.
Me and Amber have kind of one together. I went over to Amber's in her new place and she made like artwork for her wall. We used peel and stick wallpaper to make it. So we took peel and stick wallpaper and we like had to like stick it onto something. And then we took glue. What's that? Mod Podge. And we just like
Mod Podge?
Yeah.
That sounds like something Kim would say. Like a made up word that my mom makes up words all the time. Hodgepodge is like, that sounds like hodgepodge, which is like fudging something, like you're like kind of just throwing it together.
Okay, it's Mod Podge. I put a GE in there.
That still sounds wrong.
It's like glue.
Okay.
But like clear, like it's like clear glue, and it's like a water base. So then we took that and we like painted over the wallpaper so that it looked like acrylic paint instead of just like a peel and stick wallpaper. And then we like made a frame for it and we put it on the wall. We thought we were really onto something because everyone else was like, "Oh, you have to use drywall to like stick it on for your picture." We're in the store and we're like, drywall is so fucking heavy. This is stupid. So then we pick up a foam board and we put this on this giant foam board. It is on her wall. It still looks good. But the last second, at one point, one of us leaned a little bit on it and you can see the like thumb imprint. And we were just thinking, all it takes is one person to lean on this picture and you're going to see their body imprinted into the picture.
Art.
And we were like, we thought we were really onto something. No wonder no
you ever
one
want to
told
make
us
art
that.
and sell it? I have.
Like real art or like...
What the fuck does that mean? You
like
just discrediting
art?
that I could make art?
No.
No, I would like take some paint and splat it around a thing or move some
Yeah, that'd be fun.
mud around.
Have you seen the people that have sex on like a tarp? Like a canvas? They like put paint. It's kind of weird. I don't do it, but I've seen people like they like put a canvas down and then they put paint on it and then like sex on it, or they cover themselves in paint and they have sex on it. And then
that sounds like an infection
your, like,
waiting to happen somewhere.
There,
just slapping your balls on the fucking thing, and there's just.
I'm not saying we're doing it. I'm just saying that people
What?
have done it, and then they have just like this artwork in their house. And
That's kind of Kate.
But people don't know.
How do you feel about people take like naked pictures of themselves and hang it in their house? Like,
I mean, I literally was a boudoir photographer.
No, but like real naked pictures, like more than boudoir, and they hang them in their house, like in like public places, like for like company. I don't know. That seems aggressive.
I mean, it is aggressive that someone is just hanging it, but also I'm confused. Do you think that I didn't take pictures of people just naked? I just didn't post those ones online, but girls were just like butt naked, and I'm taking pictures of them.
That's true, I guess.
Like,
but like
everything's out, and they're just like sprawled, and I'm like, you look so good.
Zoom that in your crack.
No,
but
photo shoots, like,
isn't it kind of criminal that you just force people to watch that? Like you go.
It
over
is
someone's,
weird. I don't like it.
You go over for Christmas dinner for someone's house, and you walk in the front in the living room. There's just a picture of someone's booty, butt ass, naked butthole on the wall.
Well, but
the chili ring of God is just staring you.
I wouldn't care. I feel like if it was like their backside.
Someone's spread eagle.
If they're spread eagle, that's different. But if it was just like, I feel like I can see that as art. Like the backside of like a woman or a man like can look very flattering. I wouldn't want it to be myself.
Yeah,
I
but what
wouldn't
if you're
do
spread
it.
eagle butthole?
But yeah, if I can see your like butthole and all your pieces.
Or spread eagle frontal.
Like, I don't want to. But then also, when we're going back to this, in like the old days, like there's just like sculptures everywhere of just like naked people. Like it used to just be a thing.
But that's okay. Hear me out.
But like times
Do
have
you
changed.
think someone had to stand there booty butt ass naked when they sculpted them?
Yes.
Or they just said, he's probably only about 3 inches.
I think that they used someone as like. Well, it depends. Probably for a while you have to use. They still do. You can
And
go
do
to
you think
like
it was,
art
like-
class.
Do you think it was like sending a medieval nude? You guys like, okay, I gotta get myself like semi-flaccid so that it looks a little bit bigger while they sculpt me, but not too big. So, you got to keep him wondering a little bit. So he's sitting there smacking his wiener to get it a little bit bigger while the guy's fucking chiseling marble.
Never really thought that
That's
deeply
kind of
into a man
a
sending a nude
medieval
in general.
nude. That's a very valid. I've never sent a nude in my life, but I've experimented with angles.
Just never sent them.
Just to figure out if the day comes I needed to. I never thought about it that way. That's a medieval nude.
Well, I don't think that.
No? That is an 1800s nude.
There's, like,
Unconsensual
let me
nude.
Just pay this person 300 stones to sculpt my body, and
Yeah.
then I'll deliver it to the girl's house for her whole family to see.
I'll put it in town square unconsensually. I just sent an unconsensual airdrop medieval nude to the middle of town square. That's cold.
Honestly, it's a better way to do a nude because you could just fake it.
True.
You could just tell the person, "Here's an extra $20.
True.
Make me look humongous."
True. Or you say, okay, stop chest up. Stop chest up. This is me. I'll bring in Jamal. That's got some inches on him, and you model him for the lower half. That's comedy. That's medieval nudes. That's crazy.
What did I just stumble into? 8 years ago.
I would sculpt myself.
Would you put it in your house?
No, I'd probably just smash it after.
It's like, I hate this.
That would actually be, you know how people draw like caricatures
Mhm.
of people? How sick would it be if you went to Europe and they just chiseled you in stone?
It would take a long ass time.
Yeah, we'll get good at it.
That'd
and
be fun to do
faster.
at like your wedding though. Like have you seen?
Could you imagine?
We don't
People
have to
walk
be
into the
nude.
venue and we're just booty butt ass naked sculptures in the middle.
We don't have to be nude. They can sculpt us not nude. That does exist too. I'm just saying.
Okay, why were they always nude in those
Because
sculptures?
they liked that. Like the male body, the
okay.
female body was something that like not shamed upon in those cultures.
Or was it just was it some unconsensual creep bastard that just forced that on people?
I mean, I'm sure some, yes, but also I believe when you actually, I don't know enough about their like culture and history, but I believe it was like a big thing, like naked, like fertility goddesses, like they always had
True
like
enough.
naked pregnant people in sculptures, and like they thought like that was to be worshipped instead of like our generations who have been told that like our bodies are like not that.
True enough. Ooh.
Time changing is so weird and like culture's changing. Okay, but what I was saying, have you seen at weddings where like they get someone to like paint their picture?
No.
I think it's kind of fun. They like they'll hire someone who is there the entire night like live, and they paint a scene from your wedding. And
That's
so
kind of
like
cool.
by the end of your wedding, it's like done and you can look at it and you can like see the stages as ever.
So is it like, is it one picture that has like little bits of each like time frame to make one picture, or is it like a whole bunch of pictures like stitched together like a timeline?
I think typically it's just like one picture, and I think they just do like a lot from memory, but then like other things like your facial features, we can look at that all night long. Like they don't have to have that ingrained into like the memory.
Caricature in my big chin.
But I think it's
Big
like
ass
fun to
nose.
see. It always like, and like how it turns out. But like imagine someone like sculpting you guys like in your like wedding clothes. That would be kind of cute to do at the wedding too. Or if
Speaking
we
of
just had like
weddings,
a rock, like a sculpture, and every guest got to like try and do something on it, and we ended up with like a lumpy thing at the end of the night. That kind of be fun.
a lumpy thing.
Well, because none of us can actually sculpt anything. I just imagine drunk people coming and hitting
That
the
would be
bar.
cool. Actually, that's a pretty fun idea. You get like a piece of limestone and everyone's got to like try and chisel something.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. I feel like it wouldn't get done, but maybe.
Or they'd be drunk people
or my
just
friends
like bashing things
would
in their
sculpt
head.
into a cock or something.
100%. That's happening.
And speaking of weddings and cocks,
What? Oh, this is the story you wanted
Cassie
to
goes,
tell.
"Oh."
I was wondering why you trying
I
to grab
tried to grab your finger when it was in the air.
You're trying to kiss my hand again.
No, I was just gonna.
Okay.
We were talking about this last night, and I kind of forgot about it until we started talking about weddings. But the last wedding I went, we're going to a wedding in Mexico, which made me think of this. Unlocked core memory. Last summer, I went to one of my good friends' weddings, and they had one of these photo booths, and all the photos instantly went to the bride and groom's like account or phone or something.
They did not instantly go. You remember? We had to text it.
Listen, you marble.
They get them later.
Okay, every photo that's taken on the photo booth gets like saved and logged,
Yes.
and they get to see all of them at the end.
Yes.
But you could put a phone number in, and it would send it instantly to the phone number. So like you would take a picture of your friend, and you put your phone number in it, and it would send the photo to your phone, so you'd have the photo with your friend.
Mm-hmm.
I was so drunk that I started taking pictures of my nuts and sending them to people at the wedding, like my friends. So I'd put in their phone number. And they'd get a picture of my nuts on their phone, nothing else. And they would get a notification, they'd be like, what the hell? And it was just a picture of my nuts. But they wouldn't know who it was because it was just a picture of nuts.
I do know. Zach literally looked at that and went, Nick! He knew exactly what you looked like.
So I was just sending pictures of my nuts and my nipples to my friends at that wedding.
That was unhinged.
And then poured...
Half the time, though, there'd be other people in the picture, too. People would be trying to get in it with you, and you just pull out your nut and, like...
But that was... How many people do you think saw me pull my nuts out? Like, in the wedding venue? Because...
Everyone!
Because...
It wasn't hidden. It was just, like, wide open space. I
didn't think about that till now.
I did.
And I was just slapping them on the camera.
Oh, God.
And then... poor Zach's wife, probably going through the pictures after with freshly wed after.
Her family's there. And just like, whose balls are these?
And there's copious amounts of pictures of my nipple and my balls. That's...
At least Nick was in the wedding party, so it wasn't as like unhinged as like a random
He
person.
was a very good friend.
Very good friend, so...
And that's kind of...
you would not be doing it to a random person, but...
Like Eric's wedding, well, actually, Eric's wedding, I'm Jessica, I don't...
It's probably because you don't know, like, her side enough.
Well, I didn't know Zach's side either.
No, but, like, there's, like, a vibe, you know.
But also, I've seen Eric show me
the
inside of his butthole before.
Oh, yeah, Eric has done that. I've seen Eric's inside of his butthole enough times.
I've seen a lot of my friends' buttholes.
I remember Eric praying mantising on all of us. I had a party.
Probably.
And the cops were here. And everyone was in the basement. And I'm trying to deal with the cops. Which, they never came to my door, actually. They arrested someone else in my house. And then all I hear is screaming from the basement. And afterwards, I come to find out that our friend is praying mantising everyone. He come up behind them and he just jump on their head, hold their head, and just bite their head.
Like full on bite their skull. Oh my gosh, everyone, so Cassidy's upstairs talking to the cops. I'm down here, I'm like, hey, shut the hell up because everyone's drunk and we're not supposed to be because there's a little bit of drinking going on.
A little bit drinking.
And everyone's like hiding behind couches and under beds. Everyone's like, shh, be quiet, everyone quiet. And there's like, if the cop walked down, like, where like people are like hiding under pillows and shit. Like, it was so the typical drunk activities.
I mean, the idea is that you're quiet so the cops don't walk downstairs.
And I finally had everyone dead quiet. Eric pops up behind it was like Randy Orton, like WWE. He was like, watch out. Eric pops out like a gopher behind the couch and just latches onto someone's head and just starts biting them. And then everyone's laughing. I'm like, oh yeah, we're going to jail. I'm doing 15 years to life.
That was an unhinged party.
I hid in a doghouse once from the cops.
I remember that. I remember that was the party that the cops came because someone shot a BB gun through the window. Maybe you weren't there. Maybe that wasn't that party.
No, it wasn't.
That was one of our parties where like the BB gun was shot through the window. So the cops came, obviously, and so we're all just jumping over fences. We're going it through hallways, through alleys. This cop stops us, and they're just like, go home. Like, stop running. Like, we don't care. We're not here to arrest you. Just go home. Call someone to pick you up and get home safely. Calling my mom as I'm running through the alley. Like, I don't even live far away from this house. And my mom, you have to come pick me up. We're running from the cops.
There was a cop I think it was at that same party with front door. front door, cops on the door. It's okay. And people were starting to leave because they were kind of trying to shut it down. I can't remember. It was either a cop or someone's parent. I can't remember. But anyways, they're like, say the alphabet backwards. And they're like, I'm sober as hell and I can't do that.
That was not a cop. That was
they're like, yeah, you're right. You're sober. You can go.
That was me, and that was at a party, and I was DD, and the drunk idiots, they're doing the door, and they're trying to make people not drive home drunk, and they asked me that, and I just looked at them, I was like, I can't do that, and they're like, okay, go.
Like, only a drunk person would try and do that backwards.
No, it was not a cop that asked that.
I can't. I just remember that.
It was
kind of happened. I was
the guy who puked under my bed.
Craig
Upstairs. It was his party, and it was his older brother's.
Fucking Krager.
There was a lot of good party moments.
I wish I went to more parties in high school.
I do remember the one party back when I'm really outing my parents for letting us have parties. We were at the cabin, and my parents were there to like chaperone us. We're all getting drunk as fuck. And they went to bed and they were like, no one's allowed outside of the cabin when we go to bed. Like, stay inside the cabin. Like, you can't go down because there's a lake and we're worried about drunk people dying. And I'm like, okay, so I'm keeping everyone inside. And then it's like 4 a.m. and I'm like, I'm going to bed. So I turn to like my best friend and I'm like, if you're staying up, no one is allowed to go outside. I'm going to bed. She's like, okay. In the morning, all I hear about is how she asked everyone to go skinny dipping. And they were all just skinny dipping, and I was like, oh god, no one tell my parents.
I miss having a good house party, to be honest.
We still good.
Well,
with our 2 friends.
Yeah.
That don't really drink.
I wish I would have got out.
My sister will
more
come.
School. Like, I feel like I got out more than most people, but like...
I feel like you were out a lot with us. Maybe not the year that we were graduated.
Oh,
but
and
like...
the day... Oh, I remember. Went to a house party. In Canada, you take your shoes off when you enter people's houses. Because it's respectful. You don't wear your muddy shoes around people's house. So, I got brand new shoes. Brand new shoes. And took them off because I entered the house party. It's time to go home. It's minus 40 Celsius outside. Someone fucking stole my shoes and wore them home. I don't know if they thought they were theirs or they went, ooh, nice pair of brand new shoes. I'm going to take these with me. I was so mad. I walked home. Well, I didn't walk home, but I walked to the car in my bare toes in minus 40 with no shoes. I was
pretty sure
so
it was also
mad.
DD that night.
I was so angry.
Same night.
I was so angry. Someone stole my brand new shoes. Oh, I was choked. I was absolutely livid.
Yeah.
Brand new shoes.
I don't know. I'm like curious. Do like Americans party in high school the way we party in high school? Because like they must, but like their age of drinking is so much later than ours.
Yeah,
like,
when do Americans start drinking?
I mean, I knew people who started drinking at like 13, 14, but I started, I think, when I was like 15, 16.
Yeah, I was probably like, I don't know, grade 10, 16.
Mm-hmm. And then, like, we can legally drink at 18 here. But, so, like, we were having, like, some good parties. And then we're going to the bar, like, every fucking
a house party was so much better than going to the bar. So much better. So many more memories.
I have some good bar memories. Especially when there was a crew of us when we were, like, done high school. We would go to the bar every Wednesday. We'd go to the ranch every Wednesday night. And it's, like, kind of dead on a Wednesday night at the ranch. So, like, they have, like, promo tabs. And they're just spending the promo tabs on us because there's not a lot of people in the bar. So if you just kept coming back, they knew you. And so we were just getting drunk for free. And we have some good core memories then. But yeah, there are some good house party memories.
Good old house party. All right. I think we're vibed out.
I'm going to go play Phasmophobia.
I'm going to go
bust a nut?
Yup. All right.
I'm going to go feed a soccer ball. It's still under there asking for more food.